Welcome everybody to this episode of Fallout 2. No skill points, no traits, no perks. Today we're just going to be doing a few side quests in the arena that don't take very long to do. I have everything I need. Tin Cat's Paw, Moore's Briefcase. Yep, I think I got everything. I kind of went around and farmed some guns and stuff to buy medicines and junk because I was almost out of all healing. Because, I was literally out of everything. So, I cooked up some stim packs. But anyway. The woman before you is stunningly beautiful. As you address her, she looks up from her work and smiles. Ah, new face. I'm Miss Kitty. Welcome to the Cat's Paw. What's your pleasure today, sir? You know, I've been finding these magazines called Cat's Paw throughout the desert. I have no idea what they are. I have one right here. Looks surprised. Let me see. Glance at the magazine. Well, you know, I heard a rumor that in the pre-war years, the Cat's Paw was a publishing house for pornographic materials. This place was a publishing house? Yes, the rooms here were used to film shoots with models from across the world. Seems entranced by the magazine. Quite a little piece of history you have there. Well, you know, I just read it for the articles. You know, if you can bring me a complete set, say 10 issues, I'll buy them from you. They'd be good for a display, might attract customers. Are you interested? Actually, I happen to have 10 right here. Wonderful, I'll give you 500 for the set. Sounds good, here you go, but hey, careful with number 5. The pages look like they're glued together. Really? Examines the number 5, then goes through the rest of the stack. Well, it looks like you have 2 of them, so you can have this one back. But let's get the stain out first. Okay, by the way, that stain isn't mine. I have no idea how it got there. Happens all the time around here. Miss Kitty starts cleaning the magazine, mostly to the sheets. That should do it. Holds it up. Good issue. Has an article on energy weapons, it looks like. Here you go. I had some other questions. Well, there's no harm in asking. I'm looking for some action. Smiles and winks. Is that so? Well then, you've come to the right place. What's your pleasure or fantasy? We can provide it. And don't be shy, we've heard it all. So what would you like? Depends what's on the menu. Well, and then we're not going to read any of that. Is it okay if I just, talk with them? Why, of course you can. We call it the Kesting Special. Only costs 99 chips. Done, here's the money. You talk for hours. The girls at the Cat's Paw have an amazing insight into human nature. And basically what that means is you get a boost of 2. It would be 3 if the skill wasn't tagged, but I made this more difficult on myself by nerfing my charisma into the ground and then having to use a tag just to get it out of the negative. I don't know why I nerfed my charisma so much. It's not like it would have hurt me to have the extra speech points. But here we are. Such is life. We're going to deliver Moore's briefcase to Moore. I mean not Moore. Mr. Bishop. What do you want, pal? Make it quick. I'm here to see Mr. Moore. I have a suitcase for him from I am here to see Mr. Bishop. I have a suitcase for him from Mr. Moore. The guard steps away from him and opens a panel on one of the walls and whispers something. He waits for a minute, listens, then turns back to you and shrugs. He says you can head on up. All right. Study you. Even under all that getup, you still look like one of them tribals. Huh. The boys said you got a briefcase for me from a mutual acquaintance. Let's see it. Here you go. Opens the briefcase and checks the contents and snaps the case shut. It's for more, all right. Say you check out tribal. Lucky for you. You come in here with a bad rep and you're asking for a quick trip to the sky. I'm curious, what's in the briefcase? Hold your horses, Tribal. I have some questions for you first. So, where do you know more from? He trying to play politics amongst the tribes now? Huh, that boy missed his calling. I met him in Vault City, spreading the word. I offered to help him out by delivering the briefcase to you. Heh, darn human of you. For all his preaching, old Tomcat Moore can't seem to step off his soapbox long enough to actually do any legwork. Heh, still that don't make him any different than any other NCR boy. He does have a certain way with words. To himself, of course, being able to whip a crowd into a frenzy ain't too bad if you're going into politics. Says you ain't from NCR too, are you? Tomcat is about the only one of them I can stand for the moment. No, I'm just a traveler. I agreed to help Moore out because I need to work. Oh, wait, whoops. I didn't mean to say yes. I think I said yes by accident. Well, this briefcase was worth it. A little slice of Vault City inside. Some of that precious tech that frigid Lynette doesn't want to part with. But hey, Tribal, I ain't paid you yet. Here's your cut. Say, I don't have any jobs lined up in the moment. Do you have any work for me? Checks you out mostly, then nods. Yeah, I got a job for you. I have this problem down south in NCR. This fellow Weston has a big mouth that needs to be shut permanently. $500, easy money. No problem, this Weston is as good as dead. Hold on, I ain't finished yet. You telling you everything yet. I want this guy dead, but it can't look like he was aced. Don't put a bullet in his skull, don't stab him to death, don't do anything that smells of a hit. What, how? Because that's the way it has to be done. You tick off anyone down there and make them think I had anything to do with that SOB kick in the bucket, and I'll make sure that no one can identify your corpse. How the heck am I supposed to whack somebody and not make it look like a murder? That's your problem, Tribal, not mine. Do some mumbo jumbo, mix up some poisonous plants and slip it into his drink. Choke him in his sleep, push him off a building. I don't care, just so it doesn't look like a hit. Done, I'll be back after Weston has had his accident. Alright then, I expect to hear from you soon. And remember, Tribal, you don't know me, and we never had this conversation. Word gets out, and I'll put you down. Don't you worry about me, Bishop. You just make sure you got that cash waiting for me when I get back. The woman turns to face you. She's quite attractive with a low-cut dress made out of gold gecko skin. She studies you for a moment, then frowns. Yes, what is it? Who are you? She raises an eyebrow. I think I should be the one asking that question. She crosses her arms. I am Leslie Ann Bishop. My husband is the head of the Bishop family here in New Reno. And you are? My name is Jackal Trait. Jackal Trait. So Jackal Trait, what pray tell do you think I can do for you? Do you know where I might find a Garden of Eden creation kit? I know where you could find a kit, but it will do you little good. It has already been used. Where is this Garden of Eden creation kit? Smiles faintly as if remembering something pleasant. Have you ever been to Vault City? It is northeast of New Reno. They had such a kit once, long ago, but they used it when they left their vault for the surface. What can you tell me about Vault City? Her smile fades and her expression becomes hard and distant. There's not much to tell. I think you'll find that the climate there is different. Now, is that all? No, I actually had other questions. Have you ever heard of a place called Vault 13? As I said, there's a Vault City to the northeast. Is that the place you're referring to? No, wrong place. Well then I'm afraid that I can't help you. Yeah, well, thanks anyway. Hold on a moment. You seem to be new in town. Would you care to join me for a drink in my chambers? We can discuss New Reno. It's a dangerous place to those unfamiliar with its ways. Sure, a drink would be welcome. She nods and smiles. Very well, follow me. You join Miss Bishop for a drink in her chambers. The two of you talk for a while, then she comes over and starts caressing you. Okay. You make love. It's not the best, it's not the greatest, but for a brief moment in your turbulent lives, you and Miss Bishop forget the cruelties of the world and lose yourself in each other. So what do you want to do now? Miss Bishop sighs contentedly and stretches. 4. Are you from Vault City? Cracks one eye open. Who told you that? I guess after I heard you talk about Vault City, you got this nostalgic look in your eye. Her expression crumbles for a moment, then she rolls over so you can't see her. Don't mention that place. What happened? John happened. I used to live there. He visited once. I was pleasantly charmed because he was so rough, I guess, different from most Vault citizens. Of course, he let me try this little thing called Jet. Uh-oh. Jet's illegal in Vault City, of course. The other citizens found out and revoked my citizenship. John was the only one I could turn to. He knew that, of course. He planned the whole thing. So you got your education in Vault City? That's why you sound different from everyone else here in New Reno? They had memory enhancers for the Pipboys there. Had dictionaries and encyclopedias stored on them. Took one of the Lingual enhancers when I left, though I don't know why. Where's this enhancer? Yawn. Curls up. It's in my safe. Not much use without a Pipboy, though. Don't know why I still keep it. Can I have it? Shrugs. Sure, if you want them. Combination 80-22-71. The enhancer is in a compartment in the bottom of the safe. A thief isn't going to fight it unless they know what to look for. How do I use it? Just attach the headgear, place the optical sensor over your right eye, then connect the other end to the Pip-Boy. You'll feel a slight rush, some nausea, and then your head will feel clearer. Look, I better go. She rolls over and closes her eyes. In a few seconds, she's asleep. I do not approve of anything that I have done. $80-22-71. There's a clank. You pry open a small panel on the bottom of the safe. You don't think you would have found it if Miss Bishop hadn't told you about it. Inside is an on-looking Pip-Boy attachment. And that is what we're looking for. Who knows if we'll actually come back and finish Bishop's job up or not. I don't know if I will, actually. I don't really care much for Bishop, so... excuse me. You done Weston yet? Not yet. I got a few things I gotta take care of first. Him never questioning why that I have come through his own penthouse room. Looks fickle, and so is my mother-in-law. And the back of my car is missing again, guys. Look at it. It's gone again. Interesting parking position. Ah, I've been hit. I think that this one is a speech check, I believe. I don't know you, and my dad don't know you. If you don't start explaining, it ain't gonna matter. Who are you? I'm Keith Wright of Family Wright. Now you're gonna tell me what you're doing here. I'm looking for a job. Is Family Wright hiring? I don't know if it'd do any good, but I guess I could ask Paul. If you could, I appreciate it. Hold on. Pa? He sticks his head in, there's some mumbling, and then he comes back and nods at the door. You can go in, but watch out. Dad's in a bad mood. Thanks. Wrinkles cover the old man's face. It looks like any expression other than a scowl is foreign to him. Only a few brown hairs are left in his thick gray hair. Start talking, tribal. Who are you and what do you want? The name's Jack All Trade. I'm interested in a job. No crap. Well, pleased to meet you, Jack All Trade. Glad you stopped by. Darn neighborly of you. His sneer crumbles into a frown. Looking for work in Family Riot, huh? Yes, well, so happens my family is Family Riot. Blood thicker than water and all. What makes you think I want tribal trash like you and my family? I got all the hitmen I need. Give me a test then. Let me prove myself. Studies you for a moment. Alright. Maybe you not being in the family could be a good thing. You got children? Not to my knowledge. One of my sons, my boy, Richard, passed away recently. Chem overdose, jet. How can I help? I wanted to know what dealer gave him that crap to Richard and forced him to take it. Every time I send my boys to find out, they turn up nothing. Maybe someone who ain't got right blood could get some answers. Forced him to take it? Face turns red. My boys are clean, and they know to stay away from that crap or I'll kill them. Then suddenly, Richie ODs. Someone pumped a ton of jet into him, so much that fumes was running out of his nose. I'll take the job. Alright then. Now look, you find that SOB who killed my boy, don't you touch him. Just come back and tell me the dead man's name. I'll take care of it from there. Any leads? Eyes boy. No, everyone's too scared to talk to right anyway. If I were you, I would question some of the Reno Chem pushers, see what they know. That jet came from somewhere. Find the person who gave him the jet. Don't hurt them. Just come back and tell you got it. What do you want now? What can you tell me about your brother Richard? Good kid. Darn if we ever find out who done it to him. Any ideas who might have done it? What other families sell jet? Could have been any one of them. Mordino's got the most jet dealers, though, because they make the most jet. Me, I'm betting it was one of them. What dealers do you suspect? What can you tell me a little bit about Richard? Quiet kid. Clean kid. Kept out of trouble. And for a Wright, that's something. We buried him on Golgotha Plains a while ago, but even so, Mom still don't want his room disturbed. It's hard for her to let go, you know. Which room was his? Do you think your mother would mind if I looked in there? His room? It's the empty one next to Mom's room, and the second one down from the kitchen. As for looking around, well, look, don't stay long, and don't mess the place up, or Mom will pop a clip if she finds out. Thanks, Keith. It won't be long. This was Richard's old room. You found a clue behind the dresser in the Wright mansion. Hey, I found an empty jet canister beneath the dresser. The empty jet canister was found in Richard Wright's room. It still has traces of jet inside. Still has traces of jet, huh? Well, I guess we'll go ask the nearest chem pusher what he has to say about it. Jagged Jimmy J. This man has a slight facial tic and a scar down one of his cheeks. The scar looks like a knife wound. Brother, I had my eye on you since you walked down the street. You know what I see? What do you see? I see a pilot. I see someone who wants to fly. You just need a little help. A little jet. Jet, I had some questions. I am my pilot friend. When it comes to jet, Jagged Jimmy J's your man. I got the best crap in New Reno. Pure jet, straight jet, the safest jet. Jagged Jimmy J, huh? Say I had some questions. Other dealers, they don't care about quality. But me, I like keeping my customer base and keeping them happy. Know what I'm saying? It's just my way. The Jimmy J way. Hey, the Jimmy J way sounds great and all, and that's why I had some questions. So you say, what can Jagged Jimmy J do for you today? One, two, three. I think that's four. You know who gave that right kid the jet that killed him? Oh, so now it comes out, does it? You want to know if old Jimmy got something to do with that, huh? No, I was just to ask. Screw you. I sell clean crap. You want to know who poisoned that right kid? You go ask that old fool Renesco or that weasel Jules, and you'll see what they say. Okay, calm down. You listen, and you listen good. If I hear you were talking crap about me having anything to do with that right kid's death, I'll make sure you have a grave in Golgotha right next to him. Know anything about this empty jet canister? Takes a counter and studies it. No, sniffs nozzle, then frowns. Crap! This jet's got rad scorpion juice in it. Whoever was sucking on this ain't long for this world. It's poisoned? Yes, gotta be careful in town with crap like that being passed around. That's what Jimmy always says. Any idea where this might have come from? Nah, I don't know. No, don't be spreading the word that's mine. If I were you, I'd ask Jules or Renesco about it. But you didn't hear that from me, alright? Renesco and Jules, huh? I'll ask them about it. Thanks for the tip. You've discovered that Richard Wright was poisoned. You've gained 500 experience points. Renesco, what have you been doing, old man? Make it quick. Did you sell Jet to Richard Wright? Don't even try and pin that accusation on me. You want to know who did it? Ask Tweedledum and Tweedledummer if they're still settling Jet laced with arsenic. Can you tell me anything about this empty jet canister? It's empty. It's a jet canister like the hundred of others all over New Reno. Anything else I can help you with? Do you know anything about the venom traces that are on this canister? Rat scorpion. Renesco suddenly freezes as if remembering something. You SOB, you poisoned the kid, didn't you? Whoa, now wait just a minute. Don't mess with me, Renesco. You try and weasel out of this one, and you'll be joining Richard, understand? Whoa, wait a minute. Look, I didn't sell it to the kid. He never bought anything from me. I was asked to make some jet laced with rat scorpion venom, but I didn't sell it to the kid. You were asked to make the poison jet for who? The Salvatores requested it. They said it was a special order. I didn't know they were going to give it to the right kid. You have to believe me, I don't poison kids. Why did you poison the jet? You had to know that they were going to kill somebody with it. The Salvatores own me. They own this place. And when they want something, I give it to them. Or they'll kill me and have me replaced. I never meant any harm to that boy. Yeah, I'm sure you had the best of intentions while you were spiking that jet with poison. Goodbye, Renesco. You have exposed Renesco's involvement in the Richard Wright's death. And that's unfortunate because he's basically the best medicine seller in this part of the game. But unfortunately, I am a man of my word. I have found out who is guilty and who is responsible. And I will tell the proper man. Since there are no authorities here, I will just tell the proper man who asked for the information. This is Wild West laws, man. There ain't no police here. There ain't no police. There ain't no government. It's all just a bunch of mob families. Killing a dude's kid is pretty low blow, man. You again. You find out who killed my boy? Your son didn't die of an overdose. He was poisoned. What poisoned? What in his name are you talking about? I found this jet canister that Richard used. It was on Richard. There were traces of rat scorpion venom in the cartridge. Assuming I believe this for a second, and I ain't saying I am, then who poisoned my son? And why did they go to the trouble of dosing him with jet? I don't know which of the Salvatores did it. Renesco doctored up some jet for them, not knowing they'd use it on your son. But seeing his last days, coming morning he'll be dead, but he'll be a long time dying. But Renesco didn't give Richard the jet. He didn't know who it was for. It was the Salvatores that poisoned your son. No, why in the hell would they do that? I don't know. Maybe you should ask them. Stares at you for a long time, and then a dry chuckle escapes from his lips. You give me an answer, and I can't do nothing about it. The Salvatores. Dang it. What's wrong? Know that what those Salvatores are armed with, friend. Those light bringers. One Salvatore pack in that kind of heat can kill my whole family without batting an eye. To beat that, I'll need what? Well, now before I get into specifics, let's settle accounts first. Here's a little cash for your trouble, plus some ammo and liquor from my private stock, and another job for you if you're interested. I'm interested. It just so happens not too long ago I came across a map that shows an old army base in the mountains, not far from here. You find a way in there, and I'll see that you're taken care of. All right, I'll go check it out. Nods and smiles. All right, then, come back when you found a way in, and I'll see you're well rewarded. Now, as for the location of the base, head north, then. Gives coordinates to the base. All right, I'll check it out. When I find my way inside, I'll be back. You fingered a suspect in Richard Wright's death. You gain 500 experience points. Thanks for finding out who killed Richard, Jack Old Trait. We owe you big, and the Wrights always pay their debts. What can I do for you? Never mind. Sorry to bother you. I think we'll probably end there for today. I mean, we got 3 quests done. It's not that long, but, I mean, I took the longer route than most usually take. Most just usually finger a suspect without actually finding out who did it. So, you know. I think I got lucky on that. It feels like that was a speech check. I guess I get to keep that as a token memento of what I have accomplished. Come on. Get in there. Get in there. Alright. We've put basically everything up. But we're going to use this, and we're going to use this. You earned some valuable tips on how to use energy weapons. Unfortunately, that only gets us up to 30 energy weapons, so it's not exactly a very helpful boost. Unfortunately. And then we'll use this. Right. My word, a veritable cornucopia of linguistic knowledge has pervaded my cranium. You have used the Pipboy Lingual enhancer. A linguistic avalanche tumbles into your brain. You gain 500 experience points. And now we are at, because of the mentats from earlier, we are at 37 speech, which is not amazing, but it's not terrible at the same time. Go ahead and get a gun out for next time, because we're probably going to need a gun. Oh yeah, I got a sniper rifle from a random encounter between some mobsters and some Yakuza, because the mobsters had sniper rifles for some reason. They crazy, man. They crazy. I got some money though, man. Like, I got 10 grand right now. Ooh, I'll read those books and get them out of the way. While I'm thinking about it, I'll read these books and get them out of the way. What's my first aid skill looking like? First aid's at 47, which is not actually bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I wonder if I can actually get some healing off of this. Wow, I healed 1 hit point, guys. Look at that. That was totally worth it. Ooh, 5 hit points. Sweet. Failed to do any healing. Failed to do any healing. Yay, 5 hit points. You've taxed your ability with that skill. Wait a while. Alright. Well, that's good enough. I think that's a good spot to end anyway. Hopefully that spares Renesco, though, since I mentioned the fact that it was the Salvatores. and not actually just Renesco acting alone. Hopefully that's enough to spare him. But yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. And until then, God bless. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.